Currently in Kenya, the biggest festivals are Kenyan festivals. The biggest music to our people will always be our music. Podcasters are now just making the same amount of money that an artist would make on ticket sales. In fact, they have understood the science of doing their own shows earlier than very many artists.
Mark, they expected you to leave a mark. And to you ilikuwa kadogo.
As long as amenyamba mbele yako hapo ndio unajua mapenzi.
Hapo ndo of course, mbona ufanye kazi mapema? Nunua haga mdomo ni bure. Mimi kwanza siko najua yeye ngorota hivi. Mimi siwezi lala na mtu anangorota kama tingatinga usiku.
One has to do. Tightness, wetness, cleanliness.
Moja iende.
Niaje waku, welcome back to yet another episode of MaForeign podcast. Na mkituona hapa nje msishangae ni vipi. Leo tuko na international artist mwenyewe, award winning artist all the way from East Africa. We're live in Minneapolis. Bien, Aime baraza. Niaje
mambo?
Fit sana. Alafu pia kando yetu kuna mheshimiwa mwenyewe.
Niaje. Waku, karibu kwenye MaForeign one more time. Tunakukaribisha bro.
Asante.
Thank you for coming.
Asante maze.
Kabisa. Naitwa Josh aka Mhesh.
So Bien, looking back at the journey, this musical journey, Mali Metoka, Sauti Sol, you guys did a great tour, the last tour you did with Sauti Sol, and now venturing out into a solo artist. It already feels like a journey. Utatuambia vipi about how has it been?
Imekuwa tu journey ya ku rediscovery and learning new things, new directions, new perspectives. Yeah, but I'm trying very much to just enjoy the process. I love it. I'm learning more about myself because I was always in a group and I always had to think in that context. Now thinking for myself is a new thing for me in many aspects, but I'm enjoying it.
And so you being able to do this by going out solo, na unaweza kupiga tour, you did Australia, you did Europe, and now you're doing the US. But kidogo, we're not seeing our fellow brothers and sisters wasanii nyumbani doing similar things. Where are we going wrong, manze?
They're doing similar things. I think you guys are just not aware of what people at home are doing.
Like up
I know a lot of people have toured Australia.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have toured the UK as well, maybe America, but for the last few years America has been going through a lot of restructuring, so there's been visa restrictions.
Actually, I remember
time
ulipata the visa for supposed to
the initial show that was supposed to happen.
The visa was an issue before, and later on time ulipata there's a visa for you to work in US and stuff.
So I got an O1 visa, and an O1 visa is it's an artist visa,
mm-hmm.
But not everyone can access that visa. To get an O1 you have to have some level of artistry that you've done for a long time.
True.
Yeah, so I'm in conversations with the American Embassy to just see how we can facilitate for artists to have a better understanding on how to navigate that system, because it's just understanding of how do we do it different, and we move. But so people are doing big things, guys. There's a lot of artists currently in Kenya. The biggest festivals are Kenyan festivals. I've said this in another podcast. I'll say it here again. The only successful things in Kenya are Kenyan events.
So Kenya to support craft yetu manze, ndo it's us at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Tuna support, ndio hapa tumesell out.
True.
Hizi vitu zina happen before. So hatuziangalii tu.
So previously people have been having conversations about Kenyan music lacking originality, sisi kuchukua from like whatever is going on outside, hata kama ni beats here and there. Watu tutawaambia nini, because at the same time we're seeing people at sampling music na bado ina make it watu wanaweza kusell.
Hey, the biggest songs in Kenya are now cultural songs. The biggest artists in Kenya are now cultural artists. I don't have anything to tell them. The proof is in the pudding. They can see for themselves. Yeah.
And now, but your album, Alusa, Why You Topless, it's a big album. I don't know.
Asante.
From the title, nataka kujua Alusa, Why You Topless? What was going in your mind?
Ishati ulivua lini?
Why? Bro, what
time tulifanya nishike.
Yeah.
Madhango nilipigia simu akaniambia, "Alusa, why you topless?" Kasema okay.
Sasa zishikwa na nguo.
Nikakumbuka tu. Hiyo moment lakini hiyo moment for us ilikuwa the beginning of greatness ya Sauti Sol in a very different way.
Nice one.
Tulipata shows Nigeria, tulipata shows places hatujaienda because of your moment.
True.
Na as na anza ku embark on the solo journey of my life, na nidio audacity nilikuwa nayo hiyo time ikuwe na mimi sahi.
And speaking of that, I know ulikuwa mentioned before that your next album itakuwa, let me say you are Luya, my brother. When you Luya and everything, like you are to do the lazima unge mix up and you bring up the Luya thing in between the instrumental, the African culture and everything. That's what you mentioned, and I don't know, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, Sauti Sol has been doing Luya music all your life. And I dare say even your life, you know, I don't know how old you are, but like I've been singing all your life, bro. And you know, like we've always, Sauti Sol's first single is Lazizi. Lazizi has a whole Luya verse.
I didn't know that, bro. I think basi useme wa Kenya ni sisi hatusikizi most of their
Lazizi has a Luya verse.
I think
like
what happens,
we've been on that cultural tip for time.
right?
We've been doing that shit for time.
I think it will happen is that Wakenya tukiwa nyumbani tunasikiza ngoma za home, like tuna embrace like our Kenyan artists and everything, but hapa nje tunataka kusound kama sisi ndo tunajua whatever is going on outside the world, na bila kutry kupush music yetu tunataka kupush umesikiza Shake, umesikiza nani
Vile mtaamua, me, I don't know man how you feel, but I just know in the biggest music to our people will always be our music.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Meskia.
And that's who they support the most, and the numbers show it. You know, where they buy tickets shows. There's no concert that's bigger than Soulfest in Kenya, regardless of the magnitude of artists you bring. So that's just the reality. And you check with how people, you check on how much people love something by how much by how they spend.
Kweli.
And they're buying the tickets, so.
Oh yeah, we've seen Sauti Sol do Soulfest, that be a success. Tumesikia hizi shows, watu wanakuja kupiga shows za nje, mambo inaharibika. But anyway, while winding up, what should fans expect from you moving forward? You're on your American tour right now.
Yeah,
Are we expecting an album dropping at the end of the tour?
Yeah. So like I'm finishing. This is my last leg for Alusa Wai Topless, and then I'm going to my next album, Alusa Continua, and I'm going on my next album, Alusa Continua, and I'm going to be touring that album as well. But for now, that's the next move. I'm going to Kenya, then I do my European leg of my next album.
And one question, Ben, before I'm sure a lot of podcasts make host before. I feel like podcast is a part of the entertainment industry, like one of the things in a rise right now, because everybody's trying to come up na history. You're trying to okay, let me say, as a podcast generally, what do you think about that? Watu wanajaribu kupasu that?
Hey, maze, ni kitu beautiful. Ni amazing, maze. Nimeanza kuona, mi na mabesi mapodcasta kama kina Chaksi, shout out Chaksi, shout out Murugi Munyi and Lydia. TMI, and those guys are doing now real numbers on ground. They're selling tickets, man. Yeah, they're selling hard tickets. And podcasters are now just making the same amount of money that an artist would make on ticket sales. In fact, they have understood the science of doing their own shows earlier than very many artists. Chaksi amefanya shows zake earlier than wasanii wenye wamekuwa kwa game for X amount of years. Hata sasa wataja na wajaifanya shows zao za kucharge watu waingie. Wanangoja promoter wapigie. So, yani ni a very strong tool. Ni
a niche yenye iko really
si niche hata by the I think podcast size imekuwa tu mainstream.
It's mainstream.
Imekuwa tu mainstream na itakuwa more and more mainstream. I love the freedom yenye podcast iko nayo. Unajua unaweza kuja hapo shout matako.
Ndio sasa.
Hakuna mtu anafanya.
Hakuna censoring.
Hakuna mtu anafanya kitu. Unajua yani hivyo ndo kuko tu, lakini no disrespect, yani ni kusema tu that in a very good place for expression. Na iko na responsibility pia, lazima understand that it comes with a certain responsibility to educate. And so at all times podcasters have to make sure that they're also learning new skills and always doing research. So that your podcast also infotains your audience and you don't end up looking like someone who's just coming there for farts and vibes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
naweza muuliza swali moja before you finish up. I just want to go, one question is, I remember your song Mandamano was a big tune during Mandamano and everything. I don't know, maybe are you okay to
Nah,
you
I don't
just
want to talk about politics. You people know how I feel already.
All right, thank you.
And I think you
But
see how Kenya is economically. So you know what must happen.
But
is
you
it.
know,
Thank you.
music plays a very huge part when it comes to influencing people's decisions. You guys are at a point where you have influence, but inaonekananga ni kama, as much as we had guys like Giuliani who used to make this kind of music, wakiongea story of politics and everything that's happening, it seems like artists seem to rise up wakati when ikikuja ni wakati wa campaign towards elections. That's when everybody wants to release a song about politics na watu wajue vile wana vote. But manze, throughout I feel like people do need to listen to that.
Then go and listen to the ones that they've released. You know, I feel like also artists do a lot of protest music that's ignored.
That's it. People
And
take it as
and people then go and say wasanii wa Kenya hatufanyi songs za nini za
like whatever
nini,
reflect
the consciousness. But hizo songs ziko kwa catalog za wasanii. Calligraph kuna new album, niko sure kuna song imemention vitu kama hizo hapo. Kuna so many artists wanafanyanga vitu ziko kwa hiyo conscious side. Lakini hazipati the light of day. Unaona? So kama before elections Sauti Sol ilifanya album yenye wewe hujasikia na wewe hujasikia. Na iko na wakardinali, iko na wasanii wote.
Oh yeah, I remember that album.
Iko na kina Bensoul, iko na nani, lakini inaongea vitu political. Na hizo ngoma seti sasa zimeisha they are still as conscious as they were at that
Suit
time.
and kuziplay tu time ya election.
So nobody wants to listen to them. Christmas carols will be played during Christmas then.
Kweli.
You know?
But anyway, guys, that was it. That was our time with BN. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tupatane on the next episode. Peace.
Wazi, asanteni Joe for having me.
Inaitwa
I'm so
MaForeign.
blessed.
MaForeign.
Ulipata MaForeign hukupata?
Umse amenichoma leo. Asante bro.
Kabisa.
Umenichoma kinyama manze. Leo nilifika Minnesota. Tumekwama lakini umefanya ile kitu.
Asante.